Hey guys, NerdKi here, and if you haven't already, please watch part 1 of this video of what if Gohan was trained by Whis, the first part, before watching this video. Alright, let's get this started. So the days leading up to the Tournament of Power, Gohan continued his Ultra Instinct training with Whis, but now Goku and Vegeta joined him in his attempt to master it. In their base forms, all three of them came at Whis, and not one of them could land a hit. Now then, Gohan, your body should remember and react to how to tap into Ultra Instinct. It's not like your Super Saiyan transformation in the way that you have to feel anger in order to achieve the form. It is like going Super Saiyan in that you remember how it felt when you achieved the form. Make sense? Gohan nodded as Goku and Vegeta observed quietly. Gohan shut his eyes and cleared his mind. Whis attacked him with his staff. Gohan's instinct took over as he blocked the staff with the back of his hand. He opened his eyes, and he knew without thinking what has awakened in him. Goku and Vegeta could see the glow off of him as he dodged an array of staff attacks that came from all sides. His moves so fluid and natural, he felt a change of tactics in Whis as the angel appeared behind him faster than Goku or Vegeta could see or sense. Gohan delivered a back elbow strike that would have hit Whis if his staff wasn't there to take the brunt. Gohan remained still as Whis delivered a backhanded chop to the neck, which sent Gohan down to the ground. Goku rushed over as Vegeta analyzed what Gohan just did from a distance. "Gohan!" said Goku. "No need to worry, he's just unconscious. Mainly from the form he took and not as much from my chop to his neck," replies Whis. Whis then thought to himself, "If I could keep pushing Gohan at this rate, he may surpass Lord Beerus, and if I'm not careful, maybe even me at some point." Finally, it was time for the Tournament of Power to begin, and Gohan, the team captain, was ready to show everyone, more importantly himself, what he could do. As most of the others from Universe 7 scattered across the ring, Gohan stood his ground, as did Tien, Roshi, Piccolo, and Krillin. Gohan, with the help of his teammates, did much of the heavy lifting against the Multiverse's strongest fighters. Gohan was starting to feel more at ease in his Ultra Instinct form with each new battle that he fought. He eventually would come across Universe 6's Hit. Gohan's Ultra Instinct would face a challenging test against Hit's time skip, but if he wanted to gain full mastery over the form, he needed this challenge now more than ever. Roshi and the others had their hands full with other opponents and couldn't help him this time either. Hit, acknowledging Gohan's power, goes into his signature fighting stance. The two have a stare down that ends when Hit makes his first move, using his time skip, but Gohan, seeing Hit fight Goku before during the Tournament of Destroyers, knew what to expect. He let himself go and let his Ultra Instinct take control. As Hit's punches, while skipping ahead nearly 2 seconds in time, were thrown, Gohan dodged every single one before counterattacking. Ducking, he gave Hit a gut shot before judo throwing him to the ground. He waited for Hit to rise to his feet. For a moment, though, Hit was thinking just how this could be happening to him, how Gohan seemed to anticipate his every move. He kicked up and tried attacking Gohan low, but Gohan leapt backwards and double booted Hit to the head as he springboarded back until flipping and landing on his feet, as did Hit. Hit thought of a different strategy and attacked Gohan, going from normal speed to skipping time in an unpredictable repeat. But just as before, Gohan instinctively evaded the multiple strikes and ki blasts, which came from every possible angle. His Hit split himself into time fragments, which were like after images. Gohan sensed where Hit was about to strike and delivered a devastating uppercut that sent Hit sailing back into the ground. Hit was getting frustrated now, but calmed himself by closing his eyes. After a brief meditation, Hit opened his eyes and began to strike again. He attacked Gohan just as he did before. Gohan dodged as he did before, but this time, as Hit was poised to strike him, he disappeared, and suddenly all the images struck Gohan at the same time. A single punch got through, one that caused Gohan to be frozen inside time itself, it would seem. Hit's strategy had worked, and all he needed to do was hold Gohan until the tournament was over. Gohan tried his hardest to move, but he simply couldn't. His mind and body were caught in a continuous time loop without escape. So instead of trying to move or think about moving, he let his mind go blank once more as he shut his eyes. His mind's eyes saw a flash of light and a warrior who stood glowing and glistened in a white aura with specks of all colors that flowed through him. He was looking at several portals that consisted of different periods in time, past, future, and even the present. Among them, he saw his fight with Cell, the moment he transcended Super Saiyan by going Super Saiyan 2. In another portal, Gohan had his hidden power awakened by Old Kai. Then the glowing form standing there looked back and revealed his face. Gohan opened his eyes, now shining with stars that nearly blinded Hit. Hit squinted as he struggled to hold his time cage in place. Gohan's light radiated inside the time loop and he started to raise his arms. Hit couldn't believe that he could move his body at all. "Impossible! Just what are you?" said Hit to Gohan. Gohan not only used all of his power, but all of his senses to break the endless cycle of time he was in. His family and friends, as well as the Earth itself, came into his thoughts briefly. With his will reinforced, he started walking toward Hit. The assassin, using his full power in both hands, couldn't hold the half-Saiyan for much longer. Then, in an instant, Gohan shattered the time cage with his godly energy, and faster than light speed, he jumped to where Hit was standing and delivered a palm strike to Hit's chest that pushed him out of the tournament ring. Not able to withstand the strain this new form had on his body, Gohan reverted back to his base form and collapsed to the ground. Piccolo, who was fighting with Tien and the others, broke off to check on Gohan. He gave some of his energy to Gohan and helped him to his feet. "Gohan, was that crazy power I sensed really from you? And that form? I've never seen anything like it before," says Piccolo. "Yeah, I guess Whis' training helped me more than I thought, although I still can't maintain this ultimate Ultra Instinct form like I could with Sign. Not yet anyway," says Gohan. "I may not understand what any of that entails, but I'm just glad you're okay. We still got a long way before this tournament is over, and I'm guessing some fighters from the opposing universe want their shot at you, now that they see most of your strength is gone. Be ready, Gohan." Piccolo and Gohan stick together for a while as they eliminate their fair share of opponents, including two Namekians from Universe 6 who are quite powerful. Gohan stuck to his ultimate form for the time being and tried once again to combine it by going Ultra Instinct Sign, but for some reason it just wouldn't work. He and Piccolo still managed to eliminate other opponents despite this though. After watching his father achieve Ultra Instinct for the first time when he fought Jiren, Gohan watched as Jiren meditated after defeating Goku. He was filled with rage and powered up while in his ultimate form. Jiren didn't move a muscle. Gohan then relaxed and cleared his mind. He let any thoughts come to him naturally, like in the way they did when facing Hit. Soon he saw it, the form that he himself had taken briefly earlier, like looking into a mirror. He opened his eyes, and this time the glow in his eyes and body was more isolated and not as widespread, multiple colors still streaming through Gohan's form like a rainbow drawn on a white canvas. Jiren's eyes opened with a start as he watched the warrior in front of him intently. He stands up and walks over to meet this new challenger. "So this is your true power. Very well," says Jiren, standing face to face with Gohan. "Hopefully you prove more of a challenge than your father." Jiren stands and waits for Gohan to make the first move, thinking that his opening move wouldn't be all that impressive. Gohan delivers what seems like a normal right hook to the jaw, but after a delayed reaction, something kicked in that sent Jiren flying back. Jiren stopped himself by planting his fist to the ground, just short of being another fighter eliminated. Then using his fist to propel himself forward, Jiren attacked Gohan with a multitude of punches that none could follow, except for Whis, who was carefully assessing Gohan's abilities in this ultimate Ultra Instinct form. Remarkable! With each glancing blow, Gohan's body is becoming more accustomed to evading without his mind's influence. And not only that, by combining it with his ultimate form, there may be no limits to what he can accomplish, says Whis to Beerus. The kid's impressive, even more than Goku now, it would seem. Looks like looks like I've at last found my true rival, says Beerus. I'm sure Goku and Vegeta won't be too happy to hear that, Lord Beerus. Maybe not, but at least they have each other as rivals, right? Beerus says he and Whis both looked on as Gohan was about to go on the offensive. He ducked and delivered a gut punch that stopped Jiren in place, then proceeded to strike at all of his vital points. Strikes had perfect accuracy, were all delivered seemingly at the same time. Jiren stood idle, trying anything just to move, but he simply could not. Gohan charged up his ki for a Kamehameha. Ka-me-ha-me. Just then, Jiren's eyes opened and shone like headlights as Jiren ignored the searing pain he was in and tried to push himself forward. He put his palms out and attempted to block the wave of his hands. Ah! Screams Gohan as he lets the super powerful ki blast fly. Jiren holds the blast back, but barely. It was pushing him backwards and nearly out of the ring. With no other options, Jiren turns his body to the side and pushes the Kamehameha away from him. As a result, the wave destroyed a nearby asteroid field. It emitted a brilliant light that blinded everyone in the tournament, including Gohan and Jiren. Before the light faded, Jiren had unleashed his full power. He stood waiting for Gohan to recover so they could continue their epic struggle. Impressive, warrior Gohan. You are indeed powerful, but I cannot be defeated. I live by my strength alone. Nothing else in life matters but having absolute strength. You're wrong, Jiren. Strength isn't everything. People matter too. They give you the strength to fight, even if they're not physically here to see it. Jiren thought on that before saying, People? I realized long ago people are nothing if they aren't strong enough to survive. Jiren then told Gohan the story of how his people back in his homeworld were all killed, how he alone had survived. That day taught me a very important lesson, that those who are weak deserve to die, and the strong ones shall prevail. That may be what you believe, but I'll show you that even the weak have a place in the universe, said Gohan, getting into a fighting stance. So did Jiren. Everyone stopped fighting each other and watched as the two mighty warriors in the center of the tournament ring squared off. At the same time, the two powers clashed. Jiren and Gohan caught each other's hands and tested each other's strength. The result of the enormous energy radiating off them, the ring shook like an earthquake as the ring, despite being made from the hardest known metal in the multiverse itself, began to crumble. Fires from across the cosmos weren't allowed to fly unless it was part of their body, like wings, or else they would be eliminated. Everyone looked for chunks of floating rock to cling to, but only a few made it in time, while others fell too far outside of the now destroyed ring and were thus eliminated. The ones that survived were Goku, Frieza, Dizbo, and Toph. The remaining fighters duked it out by jumping from one floating piece of the ring to another, attempting to knock the other off. Goku and Frieza, despite being rivals, were working well as a team against Universe 11's Pride Troopers. At the center of it all, Jiren and Gohan fought hand to hand atop of what was left of the tournament ring. Each blow by the two was a crushing one that any normal fighter would have been thrown out of the ring by, but Gohan and Jiren were fighting at their full powers and appeared evenly matched, until Jiren knocked Gohan back a bit with a series of hard punches that Gohan only blocked at this closer range. With his one foot touching nothing but space, he could feel himself slowly being pushed back further. He tried to remain calm as he thought of what his father might do in this situation. No matter what the odds of winning or how powerful an opponent, he would fight until he couldn't anymore. He would never doubt himself or give in, and kept on fighting. With a renewed sense of resolve, Gohan's eyes flickered with intensity and confidence. Even as Jiren was hitting him, Gohan held his ground as he summoned all of his power for his next and possibly last attack. Ta me. Jiren saw what he was doing, kicked up his intensity a notch as he began to strike Gohan even harder, but the half Saiyan was unfazed and he continued. Ah me. Jiren went for broke as he focused all of his energy into one hand and unleashed it into one fiery ball of power. The powerful ball knocked Gohan backwards and it appeared that he was eliminated, until Gohan looked back to see a sign of hope in the form of a small floating rock. He used the rock as a platform and springboarded off it, propelling himself forward at a quickened pace right at Jiren. Ah! Gohan's Kamehameha connected and sent Jiren flying back several meters. Before he knew it, Jiren was back in the stands with his teammates and others from Universe 7 who had been eliminated. Gohan crashed face first into the small platform, just thankful that his mighty blast didn't destroy that too. He looked over at the bleachers where everyone sat by him. Jiren, Frieza, Vegeta, even his father. He realized that he was the only one left, meaning that Jiren from Universe 11 has been eliminated, and therefore all of Universe 11 shall be erased now, says the Grand Minister. The two Grand Zenos raised their hands in unison, and thus Universe 11 was eliminated from all existence. Gohan looked over at Jiren as he faded away, angry that he and his universe would no longer exist. When it was time for Gohan to make his wish on the Super Dragon Balls, his choice was clear. Grand Minister, please ask the dragon to revive all the universes that had been erased during the Tournament of Power. After the wish had been made, everyone went back to Earth to celebrate Universe 7's victory with a feast fit for a destroyer god. Nice work, Gohan. I'm proud of you, says Goku to his son. Thanks, Dad, but I can't take all the credit. We pulled together in the end. Even Frieza helped out. By the way, where is Frieza anyway? Not sure. The last time I saw him was after we revived him. I don't sense his energy either, but I'm sure he'll turn up eventually, even stronger than before. It makes me excited just thinking about it. Honestly, I could live without seeing Frieza ever again, says Gohan. Goku just looks at him before saying, Really? You aren't even just a teensy bit curious about seeing Frieza achieve a new form? He's not like you, Goku. He doesn't live for fighting strong opponents. You should know that by now, chimes in Piccolo. I don't entirely agree, Piccolo. You saw how Gohan fought during the tournament, and even before that with Zamasu and Goku Black. He surpassed us all, and will only keep getting stronger thanks to Whis' training. Goku puts a hand on his son's shoulder and says, I know you love Videl and Lil Pan and have responsibilities at work, but you made time to train despite that fact and reached a level I never even thought was possible. I think a part of you loves to fight too, but even if you decide not to train anymore, I would totally understand. Either way, I'm proud of you, son. Gohan, nearly brought to tears, hugs his father. Thanks for that, Dad. Maybe I will take a little time off to spend with my family. After that, I'll be back to train. If Whis will have me, that is. Gohan and Goku look over at Whis, who shrugs and says, It's fine by me. How about you, Lord Beerus? Beerus holds up a peace sign and says, As long as you're still bringing food, then sure. You may train on my planet. Thanks, Lord Beerus, says Gohan, now more determined than ever to get stronger. But before that happens, I do have one request, says Goku to his son. Yeah, and what's that, Dad? Goku tells Gohan that he wants a quick spar with him. Gohan agrees, and using his instant transmission, Goku takes Gohan to a nearby wasteland devoid of any people so that they can square off. Turning Super Saiyan Blue, Goku looks across at his son with a grin and says, Let's see that power used against Jiren. Gohan looks back at his father in determination and replies, Alright, Dad, I won't hold back. As the two Saiyan warriors face off in a heated father-son spar, a certain tyrannical ruler is in his spaceship, many planets away, pondering. Gohan, you might prove to be very useful to me in the future, although I know you won't come along willingly. That's what the Dragon Balls are for. Alright, you guys, if you enjoyed that, please hit like and subscribe to my